You ever wonder what the real secret is to a long, happy, and truly meaningful life? Well, today we're going to dive into the international bestseller, Ikigai. We'll be exploring this powerful Japanese concept that, honestly, might just hold the answer we're all looking for.
I mean, it's a huge question, right? One we all ask ourselves at some point. Is the goal just to live for a long time, or is there something more? Should we be looking for a deeper purpose?
Believe it or not, the search for an answer actually takes us to this tiny remote island in Japan. It's a place called Okinawa, and it has one of the highest concentrations of centenarians, people living past 100, anywhere in the world.
Okay, so when researchers started studying the incredible longevity of the Okinawans, they found something really interesting. They uncovered this unique cultural element that seems to be a huge factor in why they're so healthy and happy for so long. And to put that into perspective, get this. For every 100,000 people in Okinawa, more than 24 of them are centenarians. That is so much higher than the global average. It just made researchers wonder, what on earth are they doing differently? You know, as they started talking with these 100-year-olds, one mysterious word kept popping up again and again. A word that seems to be right at the very heart of their energy, their vitality. So what exactly is this thing called Ikigai? All right, let's break this powerful idea down. Well, the Japanese believe that every single person has an Ikigai. And the thing is, it's not always some big, epic, world-changing mission. It could be your passion for gardening, or your dedication to your family, or just the satisfaction you get from doing your job well. To put it simply, it's your reason for getting up in the morning. This diagram here does a fantastic job of showing that Ikigai isn't just one single thing. It's kind of like a Venn diagram for your life. It's that perfect sweet spot where four really fundamental things overlap: what you love, what you're good at, what the world actually needs, and what you can get paid for. So when you find your Ikigai, you've basically found this incredible harmony between your passion, your mission, your job, and your calling. And what's really interesting is that this focus on a purpose-driven life isn't just a Japanese thing. It actually lines up really well with some Western psychological ideas like Viktor Frankl's Logotherapy. He developed it based on his experiences in concentration camps. See, unlike psychoanalysis, which is all about looking into your past, both Logotherapy and Ikigai are about looking forward. They're both driven by this human search for meaning. But here's the key thing to remember. Ikigai isn't just some abstract idea. It's a whole way of life. So let's take a look at the daily habits of the Okinawans and see how they actually put this philosophy into practice. Okay, so one of their most famous principles has to do with their diet, but it's probably way simpler than you're thinking. It's all about a simple practice of moderation. The Okinawans have this saying, something they repeat either before or after eating. It's this piece of ancient wisdom that totally guides how they think about food. What it means is, well, it's a simple but really profound practice. You stop eating when your stomach feels about 80% full. This practice, Hara basically keeps your body from going through the long, tiring process of heavy digestion, which a lot of people believe actually speeds up cellular aging. But it's not just about diet. There are other really important pillars to their long lives. For one, they form what are called Moai. These are super close-knit social groups that give them support for their entire lives. We're talking emotional and even financial support. Then there's gentle, consistent movement, things like walking and gardening every day. And finally, they just stay active. They're involved in their communities and with their passions pretty much for their whole lives. In fact, get this. There isn't even a word in Japanese that really means retire in the way we think of it, like just stopping work for good. The whole idea is that you keep doing what you love, the thing that gives you purpose, for as long as you possibly can. Okay, so if the goal is to stay active doing what you love, how do you, really get into it? How do you feel truly engaged? Well, the answer seems to be in a psychological state that you might have heard of. It's called flow. The term comes from psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, and flow is that magical feeling, you know the one, when you're just completely lost in an activity. Your sense of self kind of dissolves, time just disappears, and the experience itself is the reward. You're not distracted, you're not worrying, you're just doing. And finding this state is all about striking the perfect balance. Think about it. If a task is too easy for you, you're going to get bored. If it's way too hard, you're going to get anxious. Flow happens right in that sweet spot, where the challenge is just right for your skills, maybe stretching them just a little bit. So if you want to find that flow state more often, here are 3 really practical steps. First, choose a task that stretches you a bit, but doesn't totally overwhelm you. Second, have a really clear, concrete goal in mind. And third, and this is probably the most important one for us today, concentrate on only one thing at a time. Seriously, put the phone away, close all those extra browser tabs, and just give your full attention to what's right in front of you.
All right, so let's tie all of this together. When we talk about living with purpose, what does that really mean in the context of Ikigai? There's a great quote from the philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche that says, "He who has a why to live for can bear with almost any how." And that idea is really at the absolute heart of Ikigai. Having that strong sense of purpose, that why, it doesn't just make you happy. It makes you resilient. It gives you the strength you need to get through all the tough stuff life is going to throw at you. So at the end of the day, finding your Ikigai is like the ultimate anti-aging tool. Having that sense of purpose literally keeps your mind and your body young. It's not just a philosophy for a long life, it's a practical guide for a rich one. It's all about adding more life to your years, not just more years to your life.
So I'm going to leave you with this to think about. What's your Ikigai? What's your reason for getting up in the morning?